Hi, Jonathan York, Bay Financial Partners, looking at investment markets. We appear to be now certainly in the recovery stage after COVID-19. It's really sort of quite interesting. Certainly sort of Asia, Europe and the US appear to be sort of getting on top of the virus now. The only hotspot is really South America, where the virus really is running rampant. Now, really yet to see how much community transmission has been evident with the sort of marches and sort of social unrest and the sort of Black Lives Matter movement. That's really going to be quite interesting, and we really won't find out that data until the next sort of couple of weeks. But if that hadn't seen a major sort of spike, then it would appear that, say certainly most of the Northern Hemisphere appear to be sort of getting over the virus, or certainly over the worst of it. And now its sort of focus is moving on to the economic recovery. And gradually, as more sort of countries are opening up, and in the US more sort of states are opening up, there is more and more talk now about this sort of V-shaped recovery. Now, it's certainly backed up by the recent jobs data coming out of the US as well. Where the street was looking for around sort of 6 to 7 million jobs lost, it actually came in at plus 2.5 million jobs gained. Now that's obviously still a massive swing. There is still sort of a lot of people unemployed in the US, sort of 35 odd million people. It would appear that certainly on that 1 month's data that there is a little bit of a major recovery in place, certainly on the jobs front. Now that will obviously be very good news for President Trump as he starts up his election campaigning again, heading towards the November 3rd election. But it is quite interesting on the polls now, really pretty much across the board. He appears to be sort of losing support from what was probably his sort of base. And it's just going to be interesting to see how that does play through once he gets back on the campaign trail. Just to put it in perspective, the S&P is now up 40% from its lows. Although there is quite an interesting debate that the stock market is not really representative of the US economy, and is really sort of heavily weighted towards a few sort of major big tech company stocks. Obviously Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Google. Really sort of take a lion's share of the index. Most of those shares have over or nearly $1 trillion in market cap. Now, obviously, with renewed talk about the global economy reopening, oil is staging a bit of a recovery still. That's now heading to close towards $40, sort of 37 and change, 38 at present per barrel. Europe as well, obviously coming out of lockdown, and it's really going to be pretty important certainly for the sort of tourism countries, sort of Spain, Italy, Greece, etc., really to get their countries up and running and get those sort of tourism dollars, euros, pounds coming in through the door. Now, obviously, the big news here in New Zealand is 0 active cases. We have no active cases now, no new cases for 17 days, and that's a pretty major accomplishment for the government. So with the virus crushed now, on the health side really looking pretty good, it's now about getting the economy up and running. Now, certainly moving down to level 1 will have a major boost because you now see bars, restaurants, nightclubs, etc., sort of mass events, cinemas, sporting events with crowds. That will certainly help the economy, but it's still sort of a big issue out there that times are still pretty tough financially for most households. Various proposals being put forward about trying to get the economy back up and running in terms of tax breaks, GST, holidays, etc. But that's not really going to put money into the individuals' pockets. And still looking for a sort of helicopter payment coming through to the New Zealand public to really get spending up and running. And obviously, we're heading towards an election as well, September the 19th. Present Labour seem to have a pretty comfortable majority out there. But on the current polls, still, there will only be 3 parties in the new parliament as things stand at the moment: Nationals, Labour and ACT. Now, as we approach the end of the KiwiSaver tax year, make sure you've got those contributions up to get that maximum tax credit. If you're unsure, call us on 0800 867 323. In this low interest rate environment as well, if you're looking for income options, there are plenty of alternatives available out there. Call us on 0800 867 323 or go to the website www.bayfinancialpartners.co.nz for lots of interesting articles, and we look forward to speaking to you soon.